questions for Coach or players? Coach, it seemed like in the second half you really just kind of blew the doors open. What adjustments did you make at halftime?
To be honest, we really didn't make any schematic adjustments. If you look at the first half numbers, I'm speaking offensively, we had almost 350 yards at halftime and 10 points to show for it. And we just weren't capitalizing on opportunities in the red zone. We were turning the ball over and not finishing drives. So I just told them that the things we talk about are little things, extra effort, no excuses, and we didn't take care of the little things offensively in the first half. And I said, if we're gonna win this game and take care of business in the second half, we got to pay attention to detail on the little things. And we were able to capitalize better on opportunities in the red zone in the second half. And it's also talking about, well, yeah, that answers that question.
Are you surprised to look at the stats and see the numbers Michael put up?
No, I'm not. I think Coach Breiner's done an unbelievable job coaching him. I think, Michael's a tremendously gifted player who can beat you with his arms and beat you with his feet. And I think the most impressive thing that he's done this year is create explosive plays while limiting turnovers. Well, not so much today, but we got to get that cleaned up. But I think Michael does a good job playing within the system. He uses the weapons that are at his disposal very well, and for the most part this year he's made good decisions.
Did you think after last year, I know you missed all but 3 games, was the plan he was going to be your starter this year, or was there like a competition in the spring?
He didn't participate in anything but 7-on-7 drills in the spring because of his knee. So we held him out, and really, quite frankly, that's the thing he needed the most work on, is his drop back passing games. And then we came into spring, and Michael has the best skill set to run our offensive system. And Peter Wetzel is a very good football player. If he were to play for us, he'd do an excellent job. But Michael, for what we want out of our offense from a quarterback skill set perspective, Michael, fits the mold of what we're looking for.
Talk about the play your defense today.
Tremendous, and I'm very, very excited that after the opening game where we gave up whatever it was 250 plus yards rushing, to come out against Villanova and create all those turnovers, and then against Temple, hold strong, and now for the 3rd successive week come out and really play an almost complete game and almost get a shutout. It's a complimentary game, and our defense and special teams and offense are all chipping in to do their part. So I'm fired up about the way our defense is playing.
You really did a great job pressuring the quarterback. Was that a schematic change, or was it just taking advantage of like a smaller, Columbia offensive line?
Yeah, I think part of it's schematic, and our coaches. I mean, that's they do a great job studying protection and finding where the mismatches are, and I think we did a good job at that. But the keys of the game defensively for us were with the Garrett kids, a tremendous running back. So the first thing is we needed to stop the run. And with Nottingham being a pro-style passer, we couldn't, watching him throw the ball in pregame, that's a pretty impressive thing. So we knew we couldn't allow him to be comfortable in the pocket and find open windows, and we challenged our guys to tighten the coverage. So we knew we needed to stop the run, and we knew we needed to make him uncomfortable in the pocket, which I think we did a good job doing.
Mike, can you just talk about your emotions going from homecoming last year where you tore your ACL to this year where you have 430 yards of offense and you hit on 32 of 38 passes? It's kind of one end of the spectrum to the other. Huh?
Yeah, I don't really like to talk about what happened last year or think about it, but it felt good coming out today. We actually we had an unbelievable crowd out there with us, so they really helped us out. Obviously in the first half we struggled a little bit getting into the end zone, but we made some corrections, got a little bit more juice here in the second half. So I think we played a pretty good game, but we got to, obviously me personally, I got to limit on those turnovers. So.
Coach, you mentioned that the whole first half you didn't really have a lot of points to show for all those yards. How big was that play in the 3rd quarter, the strip sack and fumble of Nottingham to kind of give you guys a shot?
It's huge because we were kind of teetering on the brink right there, that the game was still definitely not decided and could have gone either way. For our defense to be able to make that sack and get those points, it kind of gave, I don't want to say gave us a little breathing room, but now it kind of got the momentum swinging in our favor where we got another stop after that, got the ball back, and now we were able to do our job offensively and fed off of the defense. And I think we've done a good job the last 3 games. Our defense has done a great job getting us the ball back in positive field position and us being able to capitalize on it. So that was really was a turning point in the game in my mind.
What happened on that? Was that a blitz off the edge?
I honestly, I did not see it. I caught the tail end of it. I was, going over the previous series with Coach Bronner and Coach Zetz in the booth, so I was going over coverages and stuff like that. So I looked up and heard the crowd roaring, and I saw we were on top of the ball, and that was the first I saw it.
How much emphasis do you put on special teams? Made a bunch of good plays today.
Yeah, it's a third of the game, and Coach Lusky does an excellent job putting these guys in position to be successful. There was a couple things today, like the onside kick at the end there, that we got to clean up. But the term we use is win the hidden yardage battle, and if we're able to play all three phases well and win special teams, give our offense and defense good field position, it all factors into win and lose. For the most part, 4 games we've done a good job with special teams.
As I said, Michael, yeah, huge game, 40-30 yards, running, passing. Kind of looked a little like Johnny football out there.
Yeah, he's got a little Johnny football. Ike football is what we call him. Yeah, he does a great job making time, and he knows that if the receivers are downfield screaming up, if he gets time, we know that we can get open for him, and he knows that we'll catch the ball, and that's really all we got to do.
We talk a lot about, I guess, last year, in the spring, that he wanted that job this year, and to be this team's quarterback.
Yeah, we could definitely tell, and like Coach said, I think he's better for this offense. He runs better than Pete, and but really it just comes down to he knows that we'll make plays, and we know that we trust him with everything that he does. We know that he's going to make time back in the backfield. We know that if we do our job and get up and downfield, and he'll get us the ball. That's really all we need to do.
Where's your confidence at right now? I mean, the touchdown pass last week with 4 seconds left, and now today, I mean, you must be flying.
Well, it was pretty high until I fumbled the ball 3 times. I think throwing the ball down the field, like Coach Moorhead said, I put a lot of emphasis on that over the spring, since that's really all I did. So I'm really getting comfortable with the drop back pass game. I don't know what the final stats were today, but I think as we progress, and like Brian said, these wideouts are doing just an absolutely tremendous job for me getting open, and that's all you can really ask for as a quarterback, and it's my job to put it on them. So I think just as a whole unit throwing football, we've been doing really well, and we just got to keep it going.
Michael, how big was your offensive line for you today?
Well, I had to kick him in the butt a little bit there in the second half to get him going, but once we figured everything out and they got a little bit of juice, they came up huge. They're giving me a lot of time there in the second half to throw the football. So, those are the guys that we rely on the most. If we're going to win or lose, it's going to be up to them. So I think they really stepped up in the second half, and ultimately, you saw what happened with how well they did. So, they were huge today.
If I can interject there for a second, we didn't play without our starting left tackle the entire game. Mason Halter was sick all week and didn't play, and Matt Stoll went in and did an excellent job for him. And I put the onus of what we do offensively on the offensive line. If we're able to run the ball successfully, protect the passer, we're going to be able to create explosive plays. So, those guys, rarely do you hear their name unless it's a penalty or something negative. But we go as they go, and they accept the challenge. Coach Rodriguez does an unbelievable job with them, and all this stuff with the skill guys and all that stuff is great. But if those guys aren't getting the job done up front, I mean, it's cliche, but you win the game in the trenches, and it's true. And those guys do an unbelievable job.
Did this happen for you guys quicker than you thought when you got here? I mean, best starts in 1988. Just crushed your big rival. What were you talking
about? We just had a plan in place. We said we were going to, our philosophy was going to be we were going to be accountable, we were going to be productive and be persistent, and we were going to do the little things, we were going to pay attention to detail, and we weren't going to make excuses. And we were close last year. I mean, we were 6-5, and our 3 league losses were by 8 combined points. And I mentioned it last night. Last year, I think our kids believed they can compete. The difference between this year is I believe our kids believe they can win. And if they just continue to understand that it's a process and it doesn't just happen on Saturday, and the games are won during the week with your preparation and your effort and your execution, and it manifests itself on Saturday. So we just have to continue to believe that the little things are what win and lose games, and it's not talent. And keep grinding away on a weekly basis, and try to go 1-0 for 8 more weeks.
Both players, what does it mean to play in the Liberty Cup? Representing
MIP and
I think it's really special to represent such a great cause. The day was obviously very special for New York, and I'm glad that we could take the trophy back with us for the 4th year in a row. It felt good.
Yeah, obviously it's a good feeling. You're playing for so many people wearing the uniform that have given their lives in the line of duty. Especially coming out today wearing the Stars and Stripes. I think that put a little bit of extra emphasis on it, and it kind of made it that much more special. So obviously winning is great, but ultimately this game is for them, and we brought it home today.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Travel safe. Have a great day.